We're gonna break down how brands like Neurogum and Primal Queen are making millions of dollars a month on Amazon using a full funnel strategy. Now, a full funnel strategy comprises of using Amazon PPC, Amazon DSP, and TikTok Shop, but also integrating TikTok Shop with Amazon so you can get the most juice out of the squeeze. All right, let's start with Amazon, the basics. You need to understand that Amazon is a funnel. At the top of the funnel, people see your product. They're seeing it on Amazon through PPC, through DSP, through organic ranking, and through TikTok Shop. Then from there, in the middle is click-through rate. How can you get more people to click on you once they've seen you? At the bottom is conversion rate. How do you get more people to buy? And all the way at the bottom is lifetime value. How do you get people who bought from you to buy again? Now, when I break down PPC, right, it's very, very simple. We're identifying keywords and search terms that people are looking for our product, right? The ideal search terms, for example, for Neurogum, it's caffeinated gum or nootropic gum. And then we blend in DSP so we can legally steal traffic from Neurogum's competitors, send them to our listing, and then supercharging that with TikTok Shop, where we're creating thousands of videos a year of influencers using our product, getting that virality that anyways, you know, people who see you on TikTok Shop are gonna go look for you on Amazon. And then once they're there, we're using DSP to hook them. So Sam, break down that DSP strategy.
Absolutely. So just to touch on that, it's generating awareness, then it's generating demand, and then it's capturing that demand, and then it's retaining that demand. And how you market across the funnel is how you go from stage A to stage D. Right, so the way that we utilize DSP is typically, let's say you're already running PPC, you've seen some success, you've rolled out TikTok Shop, you're generating some awareness, you're driving some sales, we're driving traffic to ideally a number of listings. How do we capitalize on that? And then how do we utilize DSP in a way that can also raise awareness? So the way that we utilize DSP comes down to a few things. The very bottom of the funnel, this is loyalty, this is retention, this is cross-selling. If you sell multiple products, who has bought your flagship product and hasn't bought the new product that you introduced? Show them that. Who is a lapsed purchaser? So let's say you bought Neurogum 45 days ago or 180 days ago, but you haven't bought it recently, depending on the use cycle of the product. Just above that is retargeting. So who came to our page but did not purchase? And that's something that's unique to DSP, is negating recent purchasers. Once we move up the funnel, we get into things like contextual targeting. You mentioned stealing traffic from your competitors. So there's two ways you can do that. You can either serve ads to people that have previously viewed or purchased from a competitor, or you can show your ads on their pages in real time. It's a lot of ways to attack it. Depending on what your goals are for your brand, it's a little bit different for each brand, and that's the beauty of DSP, is how diverse you can ultimately get with the marketing tactics you do.
And when you think about scaling your sales on Amazon, right, it comes down to really a full funnel strategy. So at the top, showing up in front of everyone possible using PPC, also utilizing DSP, right? Utilizing DSP to take that audience from your competitors, making sure that they haven't made a purchase, they haven't purchased your product or haven't even viewed your product. And then knowing that when you're marketing on TikTok Shop, people will see you, people will then go look for you on Amazon, but they're not gonna buy. So the trick there is to utilize Amazon DSP to continuously stay in front of them until they buy. And here's another trick. You wanna negate anyone that purchased you or your competitors, because you know those people are not in the market anymore. And then at the bottom, again, if you're a consumable, if you're a supplement brand, if you're a health brand, it's lifetime value. How do I bring that person who bought from me to buy again or buy one of my newer products? So every time we do a product launch, a new product launch, so for example, Neurogum, they have the regular gum, but they also have the sleep gum. So what we did is we took everyone who purchased from them the regular gum, and then we started targeting them with ads for the sleep gum. So now they're constantly seeing, oh, Neurogum has a sleep version. I like Neurogum. They're a cool brand. I'm gonna test out their sleep version. And that's how you scale exponentially on Amazon.
One thing that's important to remember about Amazon DSP, and the reason these things work so well together, is that because it taps into machine learning, it's programmatic marketing, the bigger the audience, the more the system has to work with. So if I have a retargeting audience that just barely meets the minimum, there's a chance that it can do well. However, if we have more people coming that fit additional demographics, the bigger the audience, the more the system has to work with to ultimately capitalize on who's the most likely to buy. So from what we see is, if you have, let's say, a retargeting audience full of 5,000 people, you can get a ROAS of 2, 3, 4. And as soon as you get an audience of 50,000 people via awareness DSP plays, via TikTok Shop, via increased PPC spend, via streaming TV, our bottom funnel DSP tactics work a lot better because we're dealing with bigger audiences.
And I wanna remind everyone that nothing is going to help you if your click-through rate and conversion rate is if you don't have good product market fit, if your reviews aren't good, if your price is too high, if your images and all the creative in your listing is not that good, there's nothing that anyone can do to scale your sales on Amazon. So if you're interested in a full funnel strategy, link is in the description. See you guys in the next video.
Foundation is everything.